Africa Finance.
10 African fintech startups were selected for CATAPULT Inclusion Africa, the 2022 edition of the Loft Foundation's Fintech Development Program, titled CATAPULT Inclusion Africa, held in Dubai between the 21st and 23rd of March 2022. Loft stands for Luxembourg House of Financial Technology. 10 African fintech startups were selected to participate at the event. Countries represented include Zimbabwe, Nigeria, South Africa, Ivory Coast, Uganda, and Ghana. Among the selected fintechs, eMaisha from Uganda won this year's edition of the CATAPULT Africa Bootcamp. During the 3-day workshop, the fintechs received coaching from expert speakers and mentors from Luxembourg and the United Arab Emirates. The event also offered the selected startups the opportunity to synergize and discuss with potential partners, investors, and financial institutions. The CATAPULT Bootcamp is an annual event managed by the Loft Foundation in collaboration with Luxembourg Development Corporation. Fintechs in Africa can look out for the 2023 edition of this event. Visit the website of the organizers. You can find it in the description of this video. Uganda and Burundi have held their third session of the Joint Permanent Commission meeting. Uganda and Burundi have held the third session of the JPC meeting in Bujumbura between the 22nd and 24th of March 2022. This meeting was strategic for the discussion of bilateral relations. The Ugandan Ministry of Foreign Affairs stated that the meeting was aimed at reviewing the implementation status of the second JPC session, which held in August of 1991. Both presidents, President Evariste Ndayishimiye of Burundi and President Yoweri Museveni of Uganda, had earlier met in Kampala in May of 2021. The recent third JPC session focused on economic cooperation, boosting trade and investment, transportation and infrastructural development, as well as political and diplomatic consultations. Uganda and Burundi have excellent bilateral relations which are historic, and both national leaders share the vision of regional integration. Their joint agreements date back to 1986. At the end of the third JPC session, Honorable John Muliba, the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Uganda, said the session was mandated to address their common challenges, such as constructing road and rail networks for easy access to global markets. Honorable Judith Nabakuba, who is the Minister of Lands, Housing and Urban Development of the Republic of Uganda, also expressed the readiness of both governments to assist private investors to grow their business partnership between the two countries. They hope to help private investors take advantage of this partnership by easing, identifying and resolving trade challenges through the trade agreements and the JPC. This third JPC session has been praised as a good way forward for African countries, especially with the goal of improving intra-African trades and continental integrations. It is expected that more African countries will take steps to strengthen their bilateral and multilateral ties in order to bolster trade and further developments. Food price inflation amidst the Russia-Ukraine war. It is already 37 days since the Russia-Ukraine war began, and the effects of the war can be felt in both Russia and Ukraine as well as the rest of the world. Experts have predicted a spike in the price of food this year, especially grain-related products. The disruption in supply chain as a result of the war could hit the price of food very hard. The soils of both Russia and Ukraine are naturally blessed with minerals and organic carbons, which help in crop production. According to the Observatory of Economic Complexity (OEC), about 25% of the world's wheat is imported from Russia and Ukraine, according to the African Development Bank (AFDB). Africa's wheat imports from Russia account for $3.6 billion out of $4 billion of its total import from Russia. Although much of Ukraine's winter crops are still intact, it would need farm hands to harvest those crops in early April when they are due. This would only happen if the harvest is not ruined by the ongoing conflicts. On the 15th of March, Russia announced a halt on its export of wheat, barley, maize, and some other grains to ex-Soviet countries. It claims that this is a move aimed at preventing local shortages in Russia, but analysts see this move as a protest or retaliation against the West. The expansion of Russia's export ban to other countries is anticipated. This would mean a further rise in the price of grains in Africa. The AFDB has announced a $1 billion fund to boost the production of soybeans, wheat, rice, and other crops within Africa. This announcement comes after the United Nations warned that food prices could rise by 22% due to the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war.